So you want to get into digital marketing in 2026? Good luck. Seriously, most of the guides you'll find online, they're basically ancient history. The whole game has changed, and there's one big reason why. We're going to break down a brand new roadmap built from the ground up for the age of AI.
I love this quote from Damini Tripathi because it's so true. She says, grab a pen and paper, this is the only video you need to watch. And honestly, she's right. Forget the old rules, they're done. What we're talking about today is the only path that matters for a marketing career right now.
And what's the big reason for all this chaos? It's all about AI. This isn't just some new shiny tool or a passing trend. Nope. Artificial intelligence has completely rewritten the rulebook. Let me be blunt. If your strategy for 2026 doesn't have AI baked into its core, you're already behind. It's that simple.
Okay, so first things first. Why are we even talking about a new roadmap? What's so wrong with the old one? Let's get into why a fresh start is absolutely essential.
All right, let's tackle the biggest myth out there right away. You've probably heard it a million times. The digital marketing field is totally saturated, right? Well, that's just not true. The market is saturated with people who know the basics. What it's absolutely starving for is qualified, skilled people who can actually solve problems. That's the key difference. It's not just a skill anymore, it's a business-solving skill.
You know, when you boil it all down, the basic definition hasn't really changed. Digital marketing is still about using digital tools, social media, ads, content, all that good stuff to help a brand or business grow. So the what is the same. But the how? Oh man, the how has been turned completely upside down.
It used to be so complicated, right? You had SEO over here, content marketing there, email marketing, a dozen different things. But now, it's much simpler to think about. It really comes down to two main pillars. You've got organic. That's all your content creation, social media management, the art of storytelling. And then you've got paid. That's running ads, building strategy, and focusing purely on performance.
All right, this next part is maybe the most important step in this whole roadmap. Seriously. Before you even think about learning a tool or a tactic, the very first step is to know yourself. And it all starts with one simple question you got to ask yourself. Are you a creative person, or are you more of a back-end analytical person? Do you love creating content, visuals, and stories? Or do you get a buzz from looking at spreadsheets, finding patterns in data, and building strategies? Because your answer to that one question is going to define your entire career path.
So why is that question so critical? Well, think about it. Companies today aren't posting jobs for a digital marketer. That's way too vague. They're hiring a performance marketer, a content creator, an SEO specialist. They want specialists. So if you know you're a back-end person, you can focus on becoming an amazing strategist. If you're creative, you can go all in on content. It's all about picking your lane.
Okay, so let's say you've figured out your lane. You know if you're creative or analytical. Now what? How do you actually become a master at it? Let's get into the step-by-step path to mastery.
It's actually a pretty straightforward three-step process. Super simple, but incredibly powerful. Step 1, learn the fundamentals. Step 2, polish your skill, and I mean really polish it. Step 3, implement what you've learned. That's it. Learn, polish, implement.
And you know what's awesome about that first step, learning the fundamentals? It should be completely free. You don't need to spend a single dime to learn the basics. All the foundational stuff is out there, waiting for you to find it. This is all about building that solid base without breaking the bank.
And you don't have to look far. The biggest names in the game offer incredible free courses. Facebook has one on digital marketing fundamentals. Google has a great one for marketing and e-commerce. And here's a pro tip. Definitely check out the SEMrush AI Analyst course. It's a fantastic way to see just how much AI is changing the game, especially with SEO.
But listen, this is super important. The fundamentals, that just gets your foot in the door. It makes you average. It doesn't make you valuable. The real secret, the place where the amazing jobs and the big money are, is in step 2, polishing your skill. This is what separates the pros from the amateurs. Here's a perfect way to think about it. Imagine a video editor, the person who just uses an app on their phone. Maybe they make 500 rupees for a video. The person who knows how to use professional software, okay, a little more, maybe 800. But the pro, the one who has polished their craft, who understands storytelling, pacing, color grading, sound design, they can charge 3,000 rupees or more for the exact same project. That huge jump in value, that's the power of a polished skill.
And this is the point where you have to graduate from just watching free YouTube tutorials. To get to that pro level, to really polish your skill, you've got to be willing to invest. We're talking about high-quality, in-depth paid courses, maybe even getting a mentor. That investment is the bridge from being just okay to being truly great.
Okay, so this brings us to that crucial third and final step. You've got the fundamentals down, you've invested in polishing your skill, now you have to put it into action. It's time to prove you can do the work.
And there are really two great paths you can take here. The number one best way, start your own thing. Seriously, build your own website and work on its SEO. Launch a little dropshipping store to get amazing at paid ads. When it's your own money and your own project on the line, you learn so much faster. The second best option, which is still fantastic, is to find a small local business, a cafe, a shop, and offer to help them out for free. The real-world experience you'll get is absolutely priceless.
All right, we've covered a lot, but now we've reached the real game changer. The single most important part of this entire 2026 roadmap. This isn't just another skill to learn. This is the new ground floor for everything.
So after all that, after finding your path, learning the basics, polishing your skill, and putting it to work, what's the one thing that's going to make sure you're not just getting by, but actually leading the pack in 2026 and beyond? You guessed it, it's AI. And let's be crystal clear, AI is not an optional extra. It's not a nice to have. It is the core of digital marketing now. The people who master it are going to be the leaders. The people who don't, well, they're going to be left wondering what happened. This right here is the new formula for success. It's your polished skill plus AI. That equals your future. Think about it. An AI-powered content creator isn't just writing blog posts. They're using AI to instantly analyze what thousands of people are feeling and create perfectly tailored content for them. An AI-powered SEO expert isn't just looking at keywords. They're using AI to predict what Google's going to do next. This isn't a tool you use sometimes. It has to become a part of how you think and work.
And we're talking about way more than just asking ChatGPT for ideas. The social media manager of 2026 isn't just scheduling posts, they're using tools like Heijen to whip up customized video ads for hundreds of different people in minutes. The performance marketer isn't just split testing two ads, they're building their own AI agents that are optimizing campaigns 24/7, even when they're asleep. This is the new toolbox you have to master.
So that brings us back to that formula. Your skill plus AI equals what? I want you to really think about that. Take the thing you're passionate about, the skill you're going to polish, and then add the unbelievable power of AI to it. What does that equation equal for you? Because that's not just how you'll get a job. That's how you'll build an incredible future. The real question is, what are you going to create?